Hey y'all, we back y'all, and I'm not getting off of the Cankle King of Chicago's gout-laden self. I know that it's Black History Month, and welcome to the channel, you guys. We are back to talk Married at First Sight, Season 18, Episode 14, Lies, 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 and Mo Lies, and Mo Lies. And y'all know how we do it. We are going to get right into it after this.
Get it, don't be timid when you ain't it, love up on it, give along, leave it. I don't want no trip, baby, spend like
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? You know what time it is. I'm not gonna wait. If you are missing out on the watch-alongs on Tuesday nights, the live reactions, what are you doing? Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're there every Tuesday night where we will watch this live, watch party style. Have it pulled up on your device, or if you're a member, you can come to the Discord and join the watch party where we all watch it together. But we're gonna go couple by couple. You know the routine, and let's get into it. Camille and Thomas. Don't piss me off, Camille. Don't piss me off, Camille. Don't do it, girl, because what are we doing? Are we looking for a reason at this point? Here's the thing, you guys. It's okay not to be attracted to someone. It's okay not to like someone. But if we're going to go and be a part of a journey called Married at First Sight, it's incumbent upon every party for that 8 weeks to do their best to give it all they got. You've gone to the jungle with this man. Okay, he spoke into your speaker box. All right, you refused to talk on his microphone, but that's another situation. You guys were seemingly making it work. You bought the man jewelry after he blew your back out the first time. You're dominating him in sexual ways, according to what we saw a couple of episodes ago. What's the problem? She says in this episode that they need to start making plans for after decision day because we're almost at the end of this 8 weeks and he's not leading. He's not leading the charge on what we're going to do with these homes. I mean, if y'all want to be together, it's honestly not that hard. I'm moving into the nicer place. I'm moving into the nicer, bigger place that's central to both of our needs. If the lease is still going on, find out how much it's going to cost to cancel the lease or terminate your lease. I mean, there's ways to do this, right? Like I don't get the holdup. And if you want him to take the lead, tell him what it is that you're looking for. Because here's the thing. As far as what we know of Thomas, he is not going to take over anything as it relates to you because I don't think he knows if you like him fully. Because hell, we don't know if you like him fully. I think it's fine to talk about. This is a big life-changing situation and one where both of your heads should come together. You know what I mean? And have this discussion. So in this episode, everyone meets with Dr. Pia. And of course, at the end of the episode, we are going off to the couples retreat and we'll get to that at the end of the video. But yeah, I just think Camille is going to sabotage this. And I think it all is going to boil down to him not being what she wants. They're both very bland, just like the food that they were seasoning in that kitchen. I think they're both very bland. There's no swag to be had on either side. And I just don't know why she always looks so miserable. Like, Camille, this is fine. Like, I feel like he's been vulnerable. I thought you were opening up. And I just don't see what the problem is. Like, I don't know if the producers are edging this on to create drama. But again, this is my only possible. If we're playing spades, I can't even go board at this point. This is a possible book. The only one out of all of these couples that I think has any potential for going anywhere. And like I said, it's fine to not be physically attracted to him, but I think you work at it these 8 weeks if he's demonstrating everything you said that you wanted in a spouse when you signed up for this Married at First Sight show. M meets with Dr. Pia, and Dr. Pia, I don't know how far disconnected we can get from our womanhood, from our blackness, from any of those things to act like you are unaware of what's happening in this relationship dynamic. So much so that you put the onus completely on MM. Where's your husband? That man went to homecoming on his lonesome. Like, that's got nothing to do with me. Ask him. But then I guess MM would have been spicy. Call me a hatch chili, baby, because I'm going to be spicy. Because don't ask me about that man. Because all I wanted to say was, Pia, shut the hell up. Don't ask me about him. He's not trying to make it work. This is not what it is. It's not what it ain't. Eventually, Cankle King of Chicago enters the building with another, well, I think it's the same beanie and the same fugly non-prescription glasses. And he sits there and he's like, I needed safety and solitude. So yes, I went to Texas. I went to homecoming, minding my Black-owned business. No, I didn't reach out to her. No, she makes my life miserable. She's the queen of passive aggressive. Okay. And Pia's like, oh, this looks toxic. It wasn't toxic before, Pia. You ain't see toxicity before, doctor. I feel like sometimes we're being punked as a general audience, because how do we see it? And you are the licensed, cultured, educated professional, and you're pretending like you don't see this. So apparently he's unsafe with MM in his mind. It's an unsafe place. There's nothing good that can come from it. He's done with it. And MM gets up, she walks away, she cries a few tears, because he's saying there's nothing left to do in this marriage. They're ready to get out of there. Dr. Pia leaves, they go outside, and he says, hey, want to go to an arcade? And MM later says that that's mixed signals. Girl, that man ain't sent you no mixed signals. He does not like you. He's taken every opportunity to embarrass you, to disrespect you, to defame you, to try to ruin your reputation. And he asked you to go across the street to the arcade. Yes. Yes. Girl, it wasn't a date. It wasn't asking you to marry him. It's no mixed signals. He can't stand you. He left you for dead. He left you for dead. And again, no spoilers, but I know that MM, is going to live her life and she's going to come out of all of this. But I hate the narrative that it's painting. I hate the optics of it all. And I hate it because really, to me, it's abusive. It's abusive on the parts of the producers. It's abusive on the parts of the experts. And it is abusive on behalf of the Cankle King of Chicago, because your whole mission is to ruin and destroy her. To steal, kill, destroy. You're of your father, the devil. I believe it in my heart. Even in that conversation, don't talk for me. I'm not trying to talk for you. I'm just trying to have a conversation. She want to bring up old stuff. It's just not getting anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Call a thing a thing. You, fake Hotep, never wanted this Black woman. You never wanted her. You never wanted her from the marriage day. Because later you come and say she kissed you all in your mouth on the wedding day and didn't even know you, but you're her husband. You didn't like this woman. You ain't like this woman. You did not like this woman. It was cap. It was cap from the very beginning. And just the animus that you have against her, it's suspect for me. It makes me feel like you are a super villain. And I can't stand you. Moving right along, let's go to Madison and Alan. And Madison's poetry is in full swing, because we see the black and white cameras from the apartment of her sneaking in like a 16-year-old who went out after curfew. And Alan's on the couch ready to clock it, like, oh, I see you coming in 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Where you been, Madison? Where you been, Penny? You're out there in your poetry. You're out there in your poetry, whore of Babylon. You're over there busting it wide open, like I said, to the basement dwelling second shift brokey. That's what you're doing. And you two deserve each other at this point. She takes him to see a stylist. And again, leave Alan alone. We also see him later worried about his teeth, because she says she likes a good smile and he feels like his smile isn't adequate enough. So he's about to spend $5,000 on Invisalign. I just happen to know how much Invisalign costs because I was thinking about getting Invisalign. She's not worth it, Buki. Keep your crooked smile, save your coin, unless you want to do it for yourself. But it's just the way he said he would cut off his own toe, his own leg, if it made her happy. I'm disgusted. And the fact, I think she's the worst. She's got to be the worst. She's worse than Akechi, y'all. She's worse than the Cankle King of Chicago. Because here's what you would never do. You would never go about in this relationship leading this man down a primrose path, throwing out ropes of hope like there could ever be a you and him, when you are busting it down for the castmate over here who has a whole other wife. I think it's diabolical work. You're having him spend money. You're having him do all these things to change everything about him, knowing full well that there's nothing he could ever do that would make you want him. And it's despicable and it's sick. If you knew that you couldn't get past this, if you knew, little Muppet baby, that this was never going to be enough for you, say that. Say that. Or at least have the common decency and decorum to wait 8 weeks. Your cooch was that hot on your back. David was throwing dingling so good that you couldn't wait 8 weeks. And it's the fact that he is willing to change anything and everything about himself just to exist in your orbit, Madison. Be thou warned, God is not mocked, okay? What a man sows, he shall reap. I'm just going to set it right there. You don't treat people like this. You don't treat people like this and expect not to reap a harvest from that. It's despicable. That's despicable. That's despicable, Madison. It really, really is. And I feel for Alan, because to imagine giving yourself fully in a situation just to be played, not only played with a castmate who you think is your buddy, not only to be played in front of 1 million people while all this is happening. It's just disturbing. I hope he crashes out. I don't want Alan to go to jail, but I do need him to crash out and show the people what's going on. And Michelle and MM have lunch, honey, and it's all the tea because Michelle done talked to David. And of course, we know she talked to the cousin Denise, and Denise talked to David. And after this, David wants to have conversations with her. I want to sit and I want to talk to you one-on-one. I want to sit and talk to you one-on-one. And Emma was like, well, call it on the carpet. And Michelle says, and I think Madison has something to do with it. Because that was the night he was out. One thing about Michelle, y'all should have never gave her this opportunity. David. You could have kept that raggedy dingling in your pants for 8 weeks, sir, because she is never going to let this go. Anyone implicated is going to get the business because, listen, she knew you were trash the entire time. She just didn't know the full extent of the trashicity. But now that she knows, it's up and it's stuck forever. And anybody in the orbit, anybody in the circle, she's taken down with her. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad, Michelle. And I do think it's interesting that and Michelle have this relationship, this friendship now. And I'm kind of here for it. I like Michelle, I think, in general, as a person. I didn't appreciate her behavior in beating a dead horse in the beginning. But I mean, she told no lies. Honestly, is her personality a bit grating? Yes. But do I hate her? Absolutely not. Girl, because give them the business because they deserve it. And like I said, I want the full tea on all of this. MM tells Michelle during this lunch that, Ike is sending mixed signals. Girl, no, he don't want to divorce me. He's sending me mixed signals. MM, the delusion, the fact that you still want to try. I'm annoyed. I'm so annoyed and I want better for you. And this can't be a contract because there's no way this man would get on national television and embarrass me, humiliate me, disrespect me, defame me, call me a predator. And I must keep vying for the situation. The devil is a liar. Yeah. It's no way. Because like I told y'all, I would have already called them people on the KG. I sure would have. Alan is now having prophetic dreams and visions of Madison breaking his heart with another man. And that's the Lord, sir. That is the Lord letting you know that you are sleeping with the enemy. Well, not sleeping with the enemy because you ain't even kissed her in the mouth since the wedding. But you have the whore of Babylon in your bed, in the apartment. And I'm just utterly and completely horrified. It's your warning, Bookie, but you're not getting the warning because you're yet and still smiling in her face. Easing on down the road, Michelle and David finally have the conversation. He comes up with another lie only because his cousin outed him and says, yeah, it was Tiffany. It was just too late. You wouldn't give me what I needed, so I had to get what I needed. And Michelle was like, oh, but you thought my truth was sexy. You think my tractor's sexy. It really turned you on, right? But now it was a problem and you knew that it wasn't going anywhere. So you started, hedging your bets. David, the lies. And again, David is such a scary and terrible man whore. Not just because of the lies, not just because of the infidelity, but it's the ease with which he is willing to take you down a primrose path. He's willing to take Michelle down through there if he wanted to, talking about, yeah, because I still want to try to make it work. David, are you crazy as hell? Everything was a lie. Everything was a lie. And I think that pretended good guy is probably the worst of all of the villains. That false humility that, oh, I'm this martyr who's taking all of these abuses. No, you're slinging dangling, sir. That's what you're doing. And I'm disgusted. Pascal, is there. And it's like, as a man, as a husband, I apologize. It's cap. It's cap. I hate everything about it. I hate everything about it. Now we are on to, Carla and Wancho, sorry. She brings a tarot card reader and gets information that she probably told this lady. Here's the thing, y'all. You so deep and you so spiritual. You so in connect with the universe and the trees and all that, and the universe ain't told you? The trees ain't told you? None of these vested elders done told you? I think you need to get a new circle, Bookie. I think you need to get a new circle. I think you need to get a new circle of mages and sages. Because at this point, nobody was letting you know that you were going to be unhoused, jobless, with a man who don't like you. He don't like me. None of that. I'd reconsider the practice, or I'd find some different people. I'm just saying, if you're going to go over there, there's nothing there, y'all. He has a Where's Waldo Pancho Villa look going on, headed to the retreat. Juan is just a character. He is not taking any of this serious. But I will say, at least they're seemingly buddies, but there's definitely never going to be any steam heat between Carla and Wancho. As we get to the retreat, Akechi doesn't go up there. MM rides with Michelle. Alan and Madison go up together. David rides his Kia Sorrento up there. And Thomas and Camille make it there late, right? And so they're there, and Alan is the host with the most. Of course, he's going to secure MM, because I think we're going to have a good time if everyone doesn't show up, meaning Akechi, because Alan can't stand Akechi. I don't give a damn. As soon as Akechi gets there, Alan gonna run interference, because he don't like that, because what are you doing? And so everybody's there. Alan, again, is the host with the most, and they are setting up, and David comes in, Madison's there. It's awkward instantly, you guys. And for everybody, she would never be with David. She would never be with David. You don't know what you would do. You don't know what that heifer would do. Because I told y'all what it was. I told y'all what it was, episode 1. My discernment doesn't fail me. It don't. It don't. That's one of God's greatest gifts he's given. Just saying. And so they're all there. MM is kind of sharing what happened. Everyone's just kind of recalibrating, taking shots, getting ready for dinner. They're there at the dinner table. Akechi pops up with a green school folder with a single paper in there, talking about, MM, can I talk to you for a second? Mind you, no separate room. We're going basically from a dining room to the living area, which is like 10 feet away. No door, no privacy. To serve her with something he downloaded from LegalZoom. And didn't even pay for the full document, paid for a page. Talking about, I need you to sign this paper. MM opens it up and she's like, you want me to sign this divorce paper? He said, yeah, I want you to sign these divorce papers. She said, it's a paper. Where's the rest of it? It says page 1 of 4. Where's the other page? Oh, that's just a technicality. That's just a formality. No, who are you? And who do you think you're talking to? You don't think she has sense enough to know what the legal document is that she's about to sign and will sign without reading? Are you a lunatic? He came there just to embarrass her, just to be a maniac, because he loves a crowd. He loves the attention. He loves it. He loves it. And like she says, he wanted me to come out of my character like I did that other night, cuss him out, drag him, and I'm not giving him the satisfaction, and I'm not signing that divorce paper. If he wants a divorce, bring me the correct paperwork and I'll sign it. But how about we get an annulment? Because I need to make sure that this never existed. I need this wiped off the books. I need this cast as far as the East is from the West. I need this to be done with no record. And that's literally all he came for, y'all. He ain't come to speak to nobody else. He came literally to embarrass this Black woman on national television during Black History Month. He is the lowest of the low. He is a degenerate. He is a scoundrel, ultimately. He is a gout-ridden, cankle-kinged reject. I don't claim him at all because I've never seen a real man, behave in this manner. It's sickening. It's sickening, it's twisted, it's abusive, and I'm afraid of what he does behind closed doors. I'm afraid of who he is in real life with people. If this is what you'll do on national television, I'm scared to know what you'll do off camera. It's scary to me. It's scary to me. And if your deep wounds from childhood are this deep, you need to be institutionalized at this point and get all the help you need before you are loosed on the public because, sir, you are a menace to society. You are the dreg of society. It's disgusting and disturbing. Disgusting and disturbing. We're at the table now, honey, and everyone's talking about their experiences, and it come to Michelle, and she's like, yeah, because my husband's out here texting women. And David, gives this general thing with the table, and everyone's like, okay, what's going on? Oh, but first Alan was like, is that all he came for? Just to embarrass you? Yeah, Alan, you clocked the tea. You know what time it is. And so now they're all sitting, and David is like, I haven't kissed my wife since the thing. And Alan's like, well, we haven't kissed since the thing. And David's like, you might need to stay out of this, bruh. Why? Because you're smashing his wife. It was such a weird energy across the table. Madison gets upset, and she's like, I'm not going to be a part of this. I want to get my stuff and go. No, because you're in the hot seat, you whore. You tramp. You trollop. You hussy. You woman of ill repute. And David, how dare you get big and bad, you man whore, across the table from Alan. I want Alan to smack the dog mess out of you. That's what I want him to do to you, David, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But we're going to see because they dragged this episode as long as they could, you guys. They dragged it. They dragged this episode as long as they could just to give us a piece of the drama and make us wait for next week, y'all. But I am locked in. Don't forget, tonight we will be having a live panel discussion of episode 14, Lies, Lies, Lies. Join us where we will get into the thick of everything. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And I will see y'all in the next video.